During the past several years, video action has followed the career of heavyweight Jim Quinn. Due to his fourth place in the heavyweight class at the '87 USA, Jim has received quite a bit of publicity in the various muscle magazines. Here's a brief sampling of Jim's progress since 1984. A week after the '87 USA, Jim went before our cameras at Gold's Gym in Venice, California.
do you think about the reaction that you've gotten back home in New York? For instance, when you walk down the street, I mean, what happens?
People bug out. They really do. The fact that you can carry on a conversation is amazing to them. They first look at you and they think that, they're horrified by the size usually, and they're taken back. And then you open up your mouth and they realize that, you can put a couple of sentences together, and then they find out that you graduated from college, and they go, my God, this kid is not what he seems to be. And people in New York told me a couple years ago, and I hope that they see this, that I kept hearing Jimmy Quinn's blocky. He looks like a football player because I had big neck, big traps, big shoulders, and I think I've changed my body considerably. Now I look like a bodybuilder, and now everybody's saying you have symmetry. So to me, that means that I've definitely really altered my body. That was the rap on me, was blocky.
Jim possesses a massive physique. We will definitely see a lot of Jim in the future. Jim Quinn has reached the pinnacle of his amateur career. Muscle Video Journal has followed his national competition since the '87 USA in San Jose, California, when he took 4th place. Then in Las Vegas at the 1988 USA, Jim was awarded 5th place. At the '88 Nationals in Atlanta, Jim improved his placing by winning 3rd place. In Miami Beach at the '89 Nationals, Jim suffered a setback by taking only 7th place. But Jim certainly redeemed himself at the '90 North American by capturing the overall title. What's amazing in watching these various contest highlights is the vast improvement Jim has made over the years, especially in the area of his abdominals. He's been able to make his obliques smaller, thereby lessening the blockiness of his physique. Jim has finally put together the perfect package.
Jim, an awesome victory for you.
Yeah, but it wasn't an easy victory by any means, Carl. At first when I came here on Wednesday, I thought the way I looked that I had a real good shot. I felt comfortable, really comfortable. And then I had a little bit of trouble with spilling over with water like everybody does, and started playing around with it, and I looked a lot better at night than I did in the day. I kind of figured it out, getting a little bit smarter at my old age, but I came in real big. I weighed in at 261. I think by the time I got on stage, I was 56. So that's the way I got to compete. If I go into the pros, I'll probably go down to 47, 46.
Come in really shredded.
Come in shredded, yeah. At 46, 45 even, I think I'd be real shredded.
Well, think of it this way, Jim. Most guys who have to go into the pros usually think about how much weight they're going to have to gain.
Yeah.
You have the luxury of being in the opposite direction.
Well, when I started dieting, I was 285, and I've been up to 290 in the off-season. So, getting big is not a problem for me. I'm like a power lifter / bodybuilder.
Video Action has been following your career since the earliest days that we can remember back, I guess, in 1984, 85, especially when you competed in the Eastern American Bodybuilding Championships in New York. You've come a long road since then. What was it like when you were starting out, when you were entering those shows, and you obviously had potential, but you didn't know how far you were going to be able to go? What went through your mind in shows like the Eastern when you'd be up on stage and you'd be, among the tops and the heavyweights? What were you thinking about then?
Oh, gosh, the only thing I can recall, what really hit me was when I walked backstage at the Eastern America, and Mike Ashley was in the middleweight, or the light heavy, I'm sorry. John Natashak was in the middleweight, and Mike Antorino was in the heavyweight. And I walked backstage, and I took my clothes off, and I peeped around the corner at one of the high schools in New York City and saw them, and I said, there's something wrong here. They're doing something different than I am. They were just, they were probably, all three of them were almost at the top of the game. And I just walked back from that and said, I just got to get back to business. And, I was a young pup then. I was competing at about 227, 230, 232. It's been a progression. I go out to Gold's Gym periodically. I see these pros, and without sounding arrogant, I see a lot of them, and I know them as big as them now. Some of them have more quality than I do, but I know how tenacious I am. I know that I'm not a give-up guy. When I played college football, I was a fourth quarter guy. So I'm just going to keep coming.